Hello guys, I hope you're all doing fine. My name is Jen Gethuku and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. First, I'd like to thank all of you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, for watching my videos, for liking and even for sharing. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the love. Thank you. I really appreciate all this. If you're new here in this channel, I'd like also to welcome you so much. Welcome. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Like, share this video to your friends, with your friends, and please let's grow together in this channel. So in today's video, we are going to cook samosas, and I have already listed all the ingredients for you here on the screen. So first I will put the meat into the pan, and then I will let it simmer for some minutes. Then after that I will add in the ginger and garlic paste. I will also add in the rosemary. I will stir them for some time, and then I will also add in the red onion, which I will stir for some time and then let the meat cook. I will cover it and then let it cook for some few minutes. After about 6 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid and I will stir the meat. I will continue turning the meat so that it does not get burnt. And at this point, I'm going to add in my spices. And first, I'm starting to add the beef cubes, the paprika, turmeric, coriander, and the ginger powder. I will then mix everything together here until everything is well incorporated. After that, I will cover the meat for some few minutes, about 2 minutes. And when you note that your meat is burning, you can add just a little bit of water, like 2 tablespoons of water. And then after that, you will let the spices to cook for some time, okay? And make sure that when you're cooking this meat, you are not left with any water. And as you can see here on my case, my meat is looking like it has some water. This is not water. This is oil, because my meat had so much fat in it. So this is fat, and I tried my best to let it dry up. And after it dried, I added in the green onion, which was already chopped. And then I removed the meat from the fire and kept it aside for it to cool down. If you like your samosas spicy, you can add in the chili at this point, or you can add the chili when you're adding the spices. So because I didn't want the chili on the samosas, I didn't add any type of chili. But if you want, you can add the chili onto your samosas. It's only that I didn't like mine to have the chili. We are done making the samosa filling, and now we are preparing the pockets. And all I need for the pockets is all-purpose flour, salt to taste, and warm water. I will first mix the salt and the flour, and then I will add in the warm water, mix until it forms a nice dough. So here I'm going ahead to add just little bit amount of water, little by little, until I get the dough that I want. For the dough, I used 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and the water, I didn't measure the water because I was going for the dough with not a very soft dough and not a very hard dough. And here I am, the dough, as you can see, is about to be ready, and it is not sticky. As you can see, it is not sticking onto the dish that I'm making the dough in, and also it's not sticking onto my hands very much. And at this point, I'm going to add in the cooking oil, that is the vegetable oil. And then, because I want this oil to get inside the dough, I'm going to cut this dough into small pieces until I'm done, and then I will knead these pieces together again. And by doing this, I'll get the oil into almost every part of this dough. So here, as you can see, I'm done cutting these small parts, or these small pieces of the dough, and I'm going ahead to knead this dough. As you can see, I'm kneading it, and in the end, you will see that I will get a very nice dough, very nice, and it will not be sticky at all. It will not be sticky at all. And as you can see, it is looking good already. It's looking good. It's so soft to touch. And now I'm done kneading this dough, and this is time to test it. So here I am. I'm poking this dough to see whether it is ready, and it is bouncing back immediately. When you see that the dough is bouncing back immediately, you know that your dough is okay. So here I'm wrapping it with a nylon paper, clinging foil, and I will let it rest for about 15 minutes. So I have already kept it aside for about 15 minutes, and here I am. As you can see, I'm testing it. It's stretchy, very stretchy, and that means that the dough is okay to be used. The dough is very good. And after that, I cut the dough into small balls. As you can see, I got 9 small balls of the dough. And these small balls, I'm going to roll them into small circles. And here you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to make perfect circles. So here I am making the circles for all the 9 balls. And when I am done making the circles for all the balls, I'm going to pick one small circle, apply oil onto one side, and after applying the oil, I will sprinkle some flour on top. And then after that, I'm going to put another circle on top of the one that I've applied oil and sprinkled the flour. And this helps the two circles not to stick onto each other when we are going to roll them. So this stage is very important. You have to do this so that you can get good pockets. So here I'm going to repeat the same process where I will apply some oil, sprinkle flour on top of the dough, and then I will add another piece of the circle on top of the 2 circles. And you can add as many as you'd like, but as for me, I am going to use 3 circles. So you can use 3, 4, 5, 6, as many as you'd like. But as for me, I prefer using 3 of them because I even don't have the as many balls. So here I am. I'm stretching the circles, and I'd like to get a perfect square for this dough. And then I'm going to put it onto the pan. And since my pan was so small for these circles, I used a lid to cook them. And here when you turn the circles, you will now peel, or you will remove the upper circle from the others, and then you will remove the other one. It is so easy to remove these circles from each other after you have turned them. So this is what I did. I put them on the pan, let one side cook, and then I turned the 3 circles onto the other side after they were cooked. And make sure that they don't cook so much. You just have to pre-cook them just a little bit. And then you'll peel them from each other. And as you can see, it is so easy to remove them because we applied oil and the flour on top of the circles. So this is what you get after you're done making the circles. Here I am done. I have gotten 9 circles, and because they were not perfect circles, I used a lid to to make an almost perfect square. So here I used a lid. If you don't have a lid, you can use a big plate to cut or to measure them so that you can get a perfect circle. So this is what I did, and I got these 9 pieces of circles, which I am now going to cut into 4 parts. First, I'm going to cut them into 2 parts, and then I will cut them into quarters. So I will get so many pockets of the samosas. This is what you're doing for you to get the perfect pockets for the samosas. This is what I had, and I'm going to use this for today's samosas, and the ones that will be left, I will use them for another day. After making the samosa pockets, we are now going to make the paste which we are going to use to seal these pockets. So when you're making this paste, you're just going to use all-purpose flour, like 2 tablespoons, and water. just a little bit of water, and make sure that you make a thick paste so that you won't have trouble when you're making these pockets. And when you're making the pockets, you're going to take 1/4 of the pocket, and then you're going to fold it into two as you have seen, and then you will apply the paste which you have made. Add in the filling, the meat that we had already cooked, and you should make sure that before you put the filling inside these pockets, ensure that the filling is cold, and then now you can seal the pockets using the paste that you have made. So after you've done making the samosas, this is what you should get, something like this. And you should make sure that you have sealed all the corners so that the oil does not get into the meat, inside the meat. So you're going to repeat the same process with all the corns, the pieces of the pockets, and then you'll seal using the paste that you've made. Add in the filling inside, seal again, and ensure that there is no part that is open to avoid the oil entering into the pockets or into the samosa. You will repeat this process until you're done with all the meat or with all the filling that you have. And when you're done, now you will be left with the last process of frying the samosas. So I am done making my samosas, and this is what I got. I got all these samosas, and I was left with some few pieces of the wraps, which I will use for another time. And after now going to fry the samosas, and I'm going to use medium heat to fry the samosas, and ensure that your oil is not too hot while you're putting in the samosas, because we don't want the oil to get into the samosas. We just want medium heat so that they can get well cooked in the inside, and so that the covers do not become so crunchy. So this is what I did. I fried all my samosas, and this is what I obtained. And after one side is cooked, you have to turn and you have to turn them. And then when they are cooked, you will remove them from the oil and put them in a paper towel so as to drain the excess water. After that, you will add in the next batch, and make sure that when you're cooking the next batch or when you're cooking the rest of the samosas, you follow the same procedure and avoid burning them. And then after they are cooked on the one side, you will turn them. After they are done, you will remove them from the oil and put them on a paper towel to drain to drain the excess oil. So this is what my samosas looked like after I was done cooking. As you can see, they're so beautiful, they're so delicious, they're yummy. Even when we ate, everyone enjoyed them. And I wish that you get to try this recipe at your home so that you can also get to enjoy the sweetness that is in these samosas. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, for subscribing. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. And thank you so much for even sharing my videos. I am so grateful for that. May God bless you all for subscribing, for watching, for sharing, and I wish that you have a nice time with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones. Let's meet in the next video. Goodbye.